Hi dears, welcome to my channel. Here I am taking class 10 fifth lesson, that is life processes. What are the various life processes happening in plants as well as in animals? Okay, we are discussing. Before that, we were in which lesson, Kanna? For the 10th standard, fourth lesson was carbon and its compounds. Do you remember? There I have asked you 3 questions. It's the time to answer these. Elements with different physical properties but similar chemical properties are called dash. Was the first question. Elements having different physical properties but same chemical properties are called what, ma'am? They are called allotropes. Second one, self-linking capacity of the carbon is called dash. We have discussed many times, right? We have been discussing about it many times. That's the property, especially for the carbon. It is called catenation property. And then the third one is CH3, CH2, CH double bond, CH, CH3. It was the formula, and the question was name that. Okay. How many carbons are there? 5. CH3, CH2, CH double bond, CH, CH3. Okay. So there are 5 carbon atoms are there in the chain, and there is a double bond also. So pentene is the name for it. Okay. Now we are moving for the fifth lesson. What is that? It's various life processes. What is this life processes? Actually, even though you are sitting in the class and you are sleeping all the time. Okay, in the class now. After that, when the bell rang for the drill break or for a lunch time, you'll be feeling hungry, right? I didn't do any work. Only teacher is saying blah blah blah. I'm sitting idle and I will be in some other world and I will be come back when the bell rings, isn't it? But at the same time, we have not done anything but we feel hungry. Why is it so? Because many functions are performing in the body. That's why we feel hungry. That is life process. There are many processes which is occurring in the life. What all things are doing within the human body or in any animal or in any plant or to say in any organism, and which will be continuing throughout the life are called what, ma? They are called life processes. Here we are discussing about nutrition, then respiration, then transportation, then excretion. Here, part A I am discussing now. We are discussing nutrition and respiration in this part. Okay, dears? So, did you understand what is life process? Here, we are going to see how the nutrition is happening in plants and in animals, especially in human beings. Okay, now we are moving first for the plants. How is the nutrition taking place in plants? What is nutrition actually? Actually, nutrition is intake of food and use it to get energy for various life activities, isn't it? That is nutrition. That is, we are intaking food. In the case of human, we are intaking food. Then with this food, we are making some energy. With this energy, we are doing various activities. It is called what, ma? Nutrition. From the small standard itself, you are learning this as the definition. How this nutrition is occurring, how the nutrition is happening in case of plants as well as in animals, we are discussing now. Are you ready, Kanna? Okay. First one is in for plants. When we are saying about plants, plants are normally green. So they are what, ma? They are autotrophs. What is the meaning of autotroph? They are able to prepare their own food. They can synthesis. Self-synthesis is called what, ma? Autotrophism. That is, they are able to synthesize their own food. From what they are synthesizing? From small class itself, it is through photosynthesis, ma'am. From inorganic material like carbon dioxide and water, they are making what? Glucose, isn't it? You have learned it. From inorganic materials like carbon dioxide to say then water, in presence of what, ma? In presence of sunlight and in the presence of chlorophyll, the plants are making their food. How? That we are seeing here. How they are making food. Okay, dears? Okay. First, what they are doing is, We have already seen that a leaf, Kanna. This is a leaf. Hmm? Front part of the leaf is that much green in color, while the back side is that much green. No, back side and the front side are entirely different. We can say leaf is green in color, but the color of the leaf is different from the back side than in the front side. Front side, the green leaf is that much green, while in the back side, not that much green. Okay, we have learned from in the ninth standard that what cell, plant cell. Do you remember? Plant cell contain what, ma? It contains plastid. Which plastid is the main thing? In the upper epidermis of the plant, or to say the upper epidermis of the leaf, there is a substance or cell organelle called chloroplast. Chloroplast contain chlorophyll. This is the upper epidermis of the leaf. What is that, ma'am? Upper epidermis of the leaf contain what, ma'am? Contain chloroplast, and this chloroplast contains what, ma'am? Chlorophyll. Okay. So, but what will be there in the lower epidermis? Lower epidermis doesn't contain this much more, but the lower epidermis contain holes, small tiny pores. What we are saying it as stomata, and the stomata is guarded by guard cell. What is guarded by that? Guard cell. That is, we have already seen. Okay, Kana, this we are saying about the guard cell. No, guard cell is having bean shape. Can you see? It will be in the bean shape, and it is able to control the entrance and exit of what? Entrance and exit of carbon dioxide or any gas. Okay, ma. What will happen? The guard cell, when it needs, it will open, and when it not needed, it will close. How it can be? Well, how it can be? How the guard cell can take decision by itself? No. It is actually guard cell likes water very much. Okay, ma. When guard cell got water, it will expand. So, normally guard cell will be in this form. Without expanding, it will be in the closed form. When it absorbs water, what will happen? It will be expanding. So, what will happen? This guard cell will be expanding like this. Now, can you see me through this hole? Okay, in this manner, there will be a wide opening. Through that, what will happen? This carbon dioxide get entered. So, the guard cell, when it have water in it, it will expand. By the time carbon dioxide get inside. Okay, now I got an idea about it. But how the guard cell will get water? It's a question, right? How the guard cell will get water? Only when raining? No, it's not by raining. Actually, from the root of the plant, what will the root do? Sucks water. Okay, the root is having water. Our guard cell wants water. How it can be transferred? How it can be moved from the root to the leaf's guard cell? It is by xylem. Have you heard, ma? You may have heard it. Xylem. Through xylem tissues, it is moving from the root to the guard cell. So, when it absorbs this guard cell got water, it will expand. By the time carbon dioxide get inside. Okay, now we got the carbon dioxide got inside. We trapped the carbon dioxide. Then what all things are needed, ma? Sunlight is needed, isn't it? While it was dark, no photosynthesis. When the sun rises, when the sun starts rising, the light starts coming and falling on this leaf. So what happened? We have heard that chloroplast contain chlorophyll. It will say, light is coming. What should I do? I should trap it. What should I do? I should trap it. This chlorophyll traps the sunlight. Traps the sunlight, and not only that, it converts the light energy into chemical energy. The light energy will be converted into chemical energy in the upper epidermis. Okay. Then, not only that, with this chemical energy, they are splitting water molecule. What they are doing? They are splitting the water molecule into hydrogen separate, oxygen separate. Water molecule H2O, you know now formula. In this, water molecule is having H2O. With the help of this chemical energy, water molecule will be splitted into hydrogen separate, oxygen separate. I don't want oxygen. Leave it. But the hydrogen is needed. Okay. With the help of this hydrogen, our carbon dioxide, who make it enter? Our God cell made it to enter, isn't it? This carbon dioxide and the hydrogen will undergo reduction. There is a cycle you will learn when you are going to plus 2 syllabus. You will come to learn what is that. It is Calvin cycle. With that means by the series of process, they will convert the carbon dioxide into C6H12O6, that is glucose. This much process is there for photosynthesis. Simply we are writing 6CO2 plus 6H2O gives C6H12O6 plus 6O2 in the presence of sunlight and chlorophyll. But the things are happening in this manner. Is that clear for you? What are things were needed? Quick recap. Okay, ma'am. First, guard cells. When gets water from the roots to guard cell, who is taking, ma'am? Xylem. Through xylem, the water is entering to the guard cell. When it gets water, it will expand. Through that, the carbon dioxide get inside. And I am ready for the process, he is saying. Then, from the upper epidermis, chloroplast contains chlorophyll. It will trap the sunlight during daytime and it will trap the sunlight, and the sunlight will be converted, light energy will be converted to chemical energy, and this chemical energy helps for splitting of the water molecule into H2 and O2 separately. This O2 is not needed, but the H2 will be adding with the carbon dioxide and reduction will be happening and we are getting glucose. Okay. That's why we are saying sunlight is needed and chlorophyll should be there. That's why we are saying that these points are very stressed. These points are very much stressed. If anything is not there, this photosynthesis will not happen. Okay, ma? Up to this extent, is it clear for you? That is the nutrition in plant. Okay. Here the questions you can ask, how do the guard cell works? Okay. How the water, what will happen when the water is entered and the water is not the, okay ma, the guard cell is now in open state, it has to be closed. How can it be closed? If not needed, what will happen? No, water is not needed. Always if it is opening, carbon dioxide will more and more get entered or any other gases should be entered, will be entered. Not needed. So the water has to be given out. How it will give out this water, ma? It will send back to root? No. Through what? Through transpiration. Through transpiration, leads to transpiration, right? So the water, unnecessary water will be moved out of the leaf by transpiration. So that water has been lost. Now the guard cell will be back to the position. Now this glucose or this starch has been made. This starch should be transferred to all part of the plant. Who is doing that? Phloem tissues. Phloem. Phloem is the one which will take this food and it will give to the other parts, to say stem. For the roots also it needs some buds, flowers, fruits and all the parts this glucose will be transferred. Okay. This is the nutrition happening in the case of plants. Is it clear, done? Now we are moving for heterotrophic nutrition. Heterotrophic nutrition means the living organism which are not able to synthesize their own food and they are depending on other organism for their nutrition. Okay, ma? So, we are dividing it into three types, ma. Saprophytic nutrition, parasitic nutrition, holozoic nutrition. Saprophytes, you have learned in 6th standard, isn't it? The organisms which live on dead and decayed matter, isn't it? They will eat from the dead or decayed organic matters are called saprophytes, and this type of nutrition is called saprophytic nutrition. Okay, to say bacteria or to say yeast, mold, all these are the examples of it. Now, parasitic nutrition means the organism which live in some other organism and they will take food from it. They are called parasites. For example, lice in our head, mosquitoes which are biting us. Okay, which means they are depending on us, isn't it? We are said to be host. The organism from which they are intaking food are called what, ma? Host. And the organism which are intaking food from the host are called what? Parasite. Okay, this type. Then holozoic nutrition. That is just about the mode of nutrition. Mode of nutrition which involves ingestion, digestion, absorption, assimilation and egestion is called what? Holozoic nutrition. These 5 steps are involved for the food to undergo for getting nutrients from it. Okay, what all things are there? Ingestion, digestion, absorption, assimilation and egestion. This kind of nutrition is called what, ma? Holozoic nutrition. We are okay. We have learned about holozoic nutrition. No? Holozoic nutrition is the mode of nutrition in which what, ma? Ingestion, digestion, absorption, assimilation and ejection happens. These things are very difficult. I think a little difficult for you to learn in that manner. If the manner has been changed, the things will be ulta. Okay, ma? Anything, the things should be in the proper order. Okay. For that, we have created a mnemonics, ma. What the thing is? In dance, all are enjoying. In ingestion, dance, digestion, all absorption, are assimilation and enjoying egestion. Okay, I think it's easy for you to learn. In dance, all are enjoying. Okay, dears, learn in that manner so that the things will not be interchanged. Okay, ma? Okay, now we are moving to see how this nutrition, holozoic nutrition is happening in the case of unicellular organism and in the case of complex organism like human. Okay, here we are seeing amoeba and paramecium as the unicellular organism. Okay, ma? As you know already that amoeba is what, ma? It's unicellular organism without having a definite shape. Okay, so what will happen when the food is near the amoeba? We know that it is living in water. Okay, it's aquatic organism. It's small creature microscopic organism. But when it found food, how will it engulf the food? We are going to see. Okay, amoeba is shapeless as we know. When the food is somewhere, it will move towards the food because it's an aquatic organism, easy for it to move. Okay, when it reaches near the food, it will expand its false feet. That means it can make any shape, no? So it will make this finger-like projection. If the food is in the center, ma, it will make a finger-like projection and will grab the food and make it. How the food will be inside this amoeba's body. Okay. Then what happens? The complex food molecule will be broken into simpler one, and this will be that food will be diffused directly to the cytoplasm of the cell. Then what happens? Undigested or the waste food will be moved to another side and it will be opened. By the time this undigested food will go out. By this manner, in amoeba, what happens? This food is digested or this nutrition is happening. Okay, ma? Then we have to see about paramecium. Paramecium is having definite shape. So these kinds of gimmicks or these kinds of this to say our circus will not be happened in paramecium. So what happens when the food, it will found food, the paramecium is having cilia. Through that it will move it quickly so that the food particles will come directly to the part where digestion is happening. Okay, then digestion happens. After that, this undigested food will move out of the body. By this way, in paramecium, what happens? The food is digested. Okay, with the help of this cilia. Okay. Now we are moving for the complex organism. What is that? Human. How it is happening? First is what, ma? In dance. Isn't it? All are enjoying. First, ingestion. It is not injection, ma. It is ingestion. We are intaking food. Okay. When we are intaking food, what will we do? Nothing, ma'am. We will just see the mobile. Isn't it? Is the correct answer, isn't it? Actually, when Normally, human being is not like that. When they are taking food, they will chew. Should anyone help you, let you, Kanna, you have taken food, please chew it. Anyone should say, no need. Teeth will chew the food and the tongue is there for what? Taste is the first one. And the second is to make the food into small globules. That means large food particle will be converted into small by the teeth and the tongue also. Tongue will make it in a circular form. There is one more thing in the mouth. What is that, ma? It is saliva. Saliva contains salivary amylase. What will it do? It will convert some of the starch into sugar. Okay, some of the glucose will be converted into the starch will be converted into sugar by the help of what, ma? Carbohydrate molecule is converted into glucose, or we can say the starch is converted into sugar by help of what? Salivary amylase present in where? In saliva. So first type of ingestion, first part is over. Then it is moving down. Down through what, ma? Esophagus, or we are saying it as food pipe. Okay, it is moving down through esophagus or food pipe. How it is moving? Just like a tube, when the water is pouring, just it is coming like that, the food will not go. As we know, the esophagus or the food pipe is fully made of what, ma? Muscle. It's fully made of muscles. It will contract and relax. Okay. When the food is in the top, it will relax, so the food can just enter in. Then contract, that upper part will contract, so it can move a little down. Then the lower part expands, so it can come a little down, and the upper part contracts. By the time the food is moving a little by little through the esophagus to stomach. Okay, this much work is there, Kanna. So this much work is there. So it is called what? It is called peristalsis. We are saying it as what, ma? It is called peristalsis. By this way, it is coming to our stomach. Injection part is, it's not this, ma? Ingestion part is over. Now digestion is going to start. Digestion is happening in stomach as well as in small intestine. Okay, ma? When it enters into stomach, what is the shape of the stomach, Kanna? J shape. Okay, it enters into stomach. There are important things, that is, first one is HCl. What is that? Hydrochloric acid, nothing other than that. It will add with the food and make the food acidic. Make the food acidic by what, ma? By addition of HCl. Then not only that, the HCl has one more function. That is, it helps to kill the germs when entering into the food. We will not wash our hands while eating food, right? Mother will say, but we will skip it because we are interested in watching mobile. By the time only we are allowed to see the mobile. No, you are good children, you will not do that. Okay, so what the thing is, if even though you are forgetting, our stomach knows this child will not do, so I have to protect myself. So this HCl, hydrochloric acid, is there. What will it do? It will help to kill the germs present in the food. The unnecessary germs will be killed by the HCl and it makes the food acidic. Then what happened? Then one more thing is there, that is pepsin. Yes, pepsin is present in the stomach. This helps to convert the protein into amino acid. The protein in the food will be converted to amino acid by the help of pepsin. Okay. Then what is there? One more thing is there, that is mucus. Mucus is present in the wall of the stomach, so that the stomach wall will be protected from the action of hydrochloric acid. HCl is there, no? HCl is there, it will mix the food and make the food acidic. But if it is touching the stomach wall, what will happen? It will be burned, because that much less pH or highly acidic the HCl is. So the walls of the stomach should be protected. Who is protecting that? Mucus. Mucus is there in the wall of the stomach, so that it will protect it from what, ma? From the action of HCl. Okay. Sometimes you may feel some burps will be coming if we are not eating food properly, these burps will be coming. Acidic, some sour taste will be coming. Have you ever experienced? Actually, if the HCl secretion is more in the stomach and if there is no food for digesting, it will come up as burps. Do you have any feeling, the bad feeling that burps will be coming? It will be a sour in taste. Actually, acidic is the one which is having sour taste. That's why we are having such a feeling. Okay, just a little tip for you. Now, the digestion is half complete in stomach. It has to go to Verma, small intestine. It has to go to small intestine. Sphincter muscle is the one which helps the food from going from stomach to small intestine. Small intestine is the longest. The name is small, but the thing is long. That much long, lengthy the small intestine is. There also questions can be asked. What is the difference between the small intestine of herbivore, carnivore? Herbivore and carnivore. For the carnivore, the small intestine are short compared to that of herbivore. For the carnivore like lion, tiger and all, no. For that, the small intestine's length is smaller compared to that of herbivore. The reason is, in the case of herbivore like cow, deer, goat and all, they are eating what ma? Grass. Isn't it? Or leaves, any leaves. It will be containing what? It will be containing cell wall, Kanna. You have already learned. In the 9th standard itself, you have learned. Plants cell is covered with cell wall. Isn't it? Cell wall is made of what? Yes, cell wall is made of cellulose. Cell wall is made of cellulose. This cellulose has to be digested. Isn't it? The cellulose has to be digested. So for that, the small intestine is much more longer. But in the case of carnivore, no need of cell wall because they are not eating plants. They are eating directly what? Meat of other animals. So no need of these complications. I'm just a carnivore. So no need of this much long small intestine for me. Like that, for carnivore, small intestine's length is smaller compared to herbivore because they are eating meat. And in the case of herbivore, they are eating plants. So they are having larger small intestine. Okay. Now our food journey is moving, right? Food journey is moving from the stomach. It is just entering into small intestine. By the way, we have gone for other things, right? It is entering into the small intestine with the help of sphincter muscle. Now when it entered, small intestine is ready for what? Digestion to complete. Okay. Now tell me, the food is in which form? Is it in acidic form or in alkaline form or neutral form? It's in acidic form. You know, no? HCl has been mixed and made it acidic. It has to be alkaline. It has to be alkaline. For that, why it has to be alkaline? Because only when it has been alkaline, the fats will be able to be digested easily. Okay, so it has to be made alkaline. It is done by the help of bile juice. Okay, bile juice and bile salt. Where it is secretes this bile juice and is there, and bile salt is there. What is the bile juice making? Bile juice makes the food into alkaline, while bile salt is converting the bigger globules of the fat into smaller one. It breaks up the fat globules into smaller. Okay, that is over. Then it is moving. Then what, ma? Pancreas also secrete pancreatic juice. Pancreatic juice contains three things. That is pancreatic amylase. Amylase, when you are hearing the word amylase, where you have learned amylase before itself? Salivary amylase, do you remember, Kanna? Okay, salivary amylase, what did it do? Carbohydrate was converted into glucose. Here also, pancreatic amylase, what will it do? Here, if extra starch or carbohydrate is there, it will be converted into sugar or glucose by what, ma? Amylase. Pancreatic amylase. It is over. Then, the second is trypsin. You have heard some other pepsin. What is that? In stomach you have heard, no, pepsin. What it was doing? Protein into amino acid. This Sin, trypsin, pepsin, all these do the same thing. Okay, ma? Why I am saying like this? It will be helpful for you to learn. Okay, amylase is doing what? Carbohydrate to this sugar, and then pepsin in stomach converts the protein into amino acid. Like that, trypsin here will convert the protein into amino acid. Then one more thing is that is lipase. What will lipase do? What is the rest? Carbohydrate is over, protein is over, then fat is there. This fat will be converted into fatty acids and glycerol with the help of what? Lipase. Okay. These three things has to be done. What all things now? There's pancreatic amylase, then trypsin as well as lipase. Okay. Then the food has been fully, not only that, small intestinal juice is also there. It also will do the same thing. And at the end, full digestion of the food has been done. Digestion of the food has been done. What all things has been completed? In dance has been completed. Ingestion, digestion is over. Okay. Now what has to be done? Absorption, isn't it? Absorption has to be done. Where absorption is happening, ma? Small intestine only. Small intestine, the wall of the small intestine is having small finger-like projections. We are saying it as villi. It is not villi or villain or villi. No, it is not villain, ma. It is good for us. It is hero in our character. So we are not saying it as villi. If anyone is saying in that manner, it's not the correct pronunciation. We are saying it as villi. What is that, ma? Villi. Okay. What will the villi do? Absorb. What will it absorb? It absorb the food. It will absorb the food. Where it is giving, something is there to receive it. Who is that? Our blood. Our blood will receive a finger-like projection like villi is there. When the food reaches there, it will be absorbed directly to the blood. By who? The villi. So he is the hero, isn't it? It will directly give to the blood. What will the blood do? Yes, I got that food, and it will be enjoyed and will give to what? Give to what, ma? It will give to each and every cells. So what will happen? So our absorption is over. Then what is the next thing? That is assimilation. What is this assimilation? Getting energy from the food is what? Assimilation. How we are able to get energy from the food. It is called what, ma? Assimilation. Okay, it has to be done. Has to be done the work in the cells. This absorption is finished. Now the last one is egestion or what? Excretion. What is that? All the time good food has been taken, but if we are eating what? Pizza, burger and all, many unwanted things are there, no? So it has to be left out. Then only we will feel hungry, right? So it has to be taken away. So this small intestine, what all things were there in the small intestine? Absorption as well as digestion, complete digestion. Digestion is completed in small intestine and absorption also done in small intestine. Then unwanted food is going to putting to large intestine. What will the large intestine do? There also is there anything good for us? It will search. Yes. What is that? Water. It will absorb water from this undigested food. The water will be absorbed because this water is good and it is needed for our body. Then this waste will be going through the small large intestine and it will be deposited in rectum. Don't feel, oh, what is that, ma'am? Everyone is doing the same. So no need of feeling some kind of, these feelings should not be. Because if this waste has not been gone out, what will happen? Our body will be full of waste. Isn't it? Like that in our home, if waste has been kept, the smell will be more, right? Why? Up to this extent, 2 days have been gone. You have not left the waste out. Like that you may shout. Like that, from the body, the waste has to be removed. So it will be stored in Verma rectum. And when it is stored overloaded, it will give, in the early morning, it will give siren. Everyone will go to washroom and it will be cleaned out. It is called what, ma? Through anus, it will be ejected out. Not only for boys, it will be for girls and for everyone. Every human being. Not only for human being, every organism will do this ejection process. Thus, what? Nutrition in human body is finished. But it's like a story we are saying, no? It's very interesting for you. Okay. Now nutrition in human body is finished. We are moving for respiration. Kana, now we are moving for respiration. What is respiration? When you are saying respiration, what will you do? This is respiration. This was respiration when you were in 6th, 7th, 8th. Now, 9th and 10th you are. Now you are in 10th, right? From this onwards, respiration is not just taking intake of air and leaving it. It's not like that. Not only that, something is happening. From the food, we are getting energy. It is by respiration. We are getting energy from the food only through respiration. How is it possible? We were in nutrition, right? By the time we have told Willie, no, Willie was the character who helps for the absorption of the food. Our blood is ready to take this food and will give to all cells in the body. Now the cells is ready with the food. From the food, energy has to be obtained. How is it obtaining the energy? This is by respiration. How is it possible? You know, when we are respiring in, we are intaking what? This oxygen. This oxygen will be taken by blood again and giving to the cells. Now what happens? The oxygen is there in the cell and the food particles in the form of glucose. It is there in the cell. Okay. Now how we are getting energy from it? We are seeing there are two types of respiration. That is external respiration and internal respiration. External respiration is the thing which is the simple as you said, just intake of air, then fill it in the lungs and then this carbon dioxide oxygen will be filled and this carbon dioxide will be eliminated out and it is coming out. This is what external respiration, or we are saying it as simple breathing. It's a physical process, isn't it? It's a physical process, Kanna. Inhalation and exhalation of the air is taking place. Then it takes place in Verma. Through nostrils it will reach the lungs and it will do this thing. Okay, the lungs will do. It's a physical process. In this, will the energy be generated? No energy. Energy is not created by that. It is called the external respiration, or we are saying it as simple breathing. Here two things are happening. Breathing in, breathing out, and at the same time exchange of gases also happens. Okay. Then we are moving for the internal respiration. What is this internal respiration? Process of breakdown of glucose with the help of oxygen. It is called what, ma? Internal respiration. Takes place in where, ma, it is happening? It's happening in cells. Each and every cell it is happening. And is it a physical or a chemical process? It's a chemical process and energy is produced in the form of ATP. Adenosine triphosphate. In the form of ATP, the energy is liberated. How is it happening? We are seeing. Okay, ma'am. Now, we are saying about the story of cell. Okay, in the cell, glucose is there and in the cell, oxygen came. Sometimes oxygen will come, sometimes oxygen will not come. When oxygen is there for producing energy, this kind of respiration is called aerobic respiration. What we are saying? Aerobic respiration. In the respiration, it takes place, the first step takes place in cytoplasm. What is cytoplasm? Do you remember cell, Ganna? Cytoplasm. Yes, cytoplasm is the plasma membrane is outer covering. Inside that cytoplasm is there. Inside, in that glucose has been gone and the glucose in the presence of in cytoplasm, it will be converted into pyruvate. Glucose formula is C6H12O6. I am not moving to chemistry just to know the things, okay? When we are saying formula, ma'am, don't go to chemistry, don't say it. C6H12O6 is the formula for glucose. It will be converted into C3H4O3. What it has been converted into? C3H4O3, that is pyruvate. Pyruvate. Okay. Then the thing will be, pyruvate will be moving for mitochondria. What is mitochondria called? No bulb is glowing. It's called the powerhouse or the storage battery of the cell. Do you remember? The ninth standard. Take the ninth standard book and revise. You will get it. Okay, it's the powerhouse of the cell. Why it is called powerhouse, you know? Because of this reason. In mitochondria, oxygen, in the presence of oxygen, this pyruvate will be split and we will get carbon dioxide, water, 38 molecule of ATP. 38 ATP will be generated. Okay. The ATP means energy. From this ATP, energy can be liberated. That's why in mitochondria it is happening. That's why this mitochondria is so powerful. We are saying powerhouse of the cell. What mitochondria? Okay, because of this reason. Okay, this is happening in normal cells in the case of aerobic respiration. That is, when oxygen is present, this thing is happening. Sometimes what will happen? Urgently, we need energy. When you're running in a running race and all, if muscles has to work more, right now, but by the time if the oxygen is not reaching to that muscle properly, there also it needs energy. Somewhat I need energy, the muscle will say. By the time anaerobic respiration, that is without or lack of oxygen, if the oxygen is deficient, there also what will happen? There also this respiration will take place. That means splitting of glucose. Glucose will be split into pyruvate in the muscle. Even though the oxygen is absent, this pyruvate will be split into lactic acid and energy. That is 2 ATP only. 2 ATP molecules will be liberated, but a little energy again it will give. Okay, this is anaerobic respiration. Okay, now in the case of a microorganism or bacteria or fungi and all, we will see, when the milk is kept open and when the lemon is squeezed in it, after some times or one day, it will be converted into curd, isn't it? Or for the dosha and idli batter has been kept, after one day it will be sour, isn't it? They're all respiration. Bacteria is respiring inside, but there also anaerobic respiration is happening. Means without oxygen, the respiration is happening. That means there also splitting is happening. Where inside the cell of bacteria, glucose convert in cytoplasm converts into pyruvate. In the absence of oxygen, it will be split into what, ma? Ethanol plus carbon dioxide plus energy. Ethanol, alcohol, isn't it? We have learned. So alcohol will be generated. We are saying it as fermentation. Have you heard? In the 8th standard itself we have learned. Yes, fermentation reaction. This is the way energy is generated. Okay, now did you understand how it is generated in what? In the case of animals, including human, we are able to understand. Now we are moving for plants. Where we were in the plant, do you remember? In photosynthesis had happened, and the energy is this carbohydrate has been generated, and with the help of phloem, it has reached all the parts. I have told you, remember? It has reached all the parts of the plant, including bud, leaf, then the stem, root, everywhere it has been reached. Okay, what food is ready? What it needs? It needs oxygen. Who will give oxygen? Where is the lungs in the plant? Find out where the lungs is there in the plant. No lungs. No lungs. Lungs is not there. You will say stomata is there, ma'am. Opening is there. The things will go inside. Yes, ma. Stomata, guard cell, everything we can say. And by the time carbon dioxide or oxygen also can be entered inside. But it will reach leaves only. In the case of stem is having small pores called lenticles. By the way, oxygen can be get inside. Okay. In the case of roots, root hair will be having small holes. By the way, also the oxygen can be get inside. What I am saying? Oxygen is entering in the plant. During photosynthesis, carbon dioxide was entering in the plant. During respiration, oxygen is entering in the plant. All the things makes us confusion, isn't it? No. Photosynthesis needs what, ma? Carbon dioxide. Respiration needs what, ma? Oxygen. Like human or like any organism, plant also respire, ma. by the time it will take oxygen. Okay, it will take oxygen, and with the oxygen, what is it doing? C6H12O6 plus oxygen it will add on, and after that it will release carbon dioxide plus water plus energy. By the way, each cell of the plant gets energy. Why the plants will get energy? Only when the plants will get energy, it can divide or it can grow. It can repair the body parts. All these has been done only with the help of this energy. What I have said? During respiration, the plants, not only the leaves but also all the parts including stem and root, respire. That means it will intake oxygen. It will intake oxygen, and this oxygen will be helpful because this oxygen has reached the cell, and when it reaches the cell, glucose, which has been already present in the cell, who has transferred it through phloem, all the parts of the plant will be having glucose now, and this glucose will be split with the help of this oxygen, and what will happen? They liberate carbon dioxide, water as well as energy. Okay, now the plant get carbon dioxide as the waste. This carbon dioxide can be used for photosynthesis, right? This carbon dioxide is needed for photosynthesis. Okay, this carbon dioxide, it is the easy way, no need of this stomata opening and closing. This carbon dioxide can be used by the plants during photosynthesis for getting energy, and this energy, this can be used. Now, tell me, is respiration happening day and night, or is photosynthesis happening day and night? Both are happening is the wrong answer. Respiration is happening all the time. During sleeping, are we not respiring? Can we? Everything is doing now. Respiration, no need. Why all the time? If we are not respiring for 2 minutes, isn't it? So we have to respire during daytime as well as nighttime. The same in the case of plants, Kannapa. So sad, so sorrow. They have to respire during daytime as well as nighttime. Is the photosynthesis happening in the daytime or nighttime? It is happening only in the daytime because sunlight is needed. Sunlight will be there only in the daytime. So during nighttime, photosynthesis process is closed. Kitchen is closed. Okay. So what happened? This carbon dioxide, during respiration, this carbon dioxide will be liberated out. This carbon dioxide is not used by the plants again for photosynthesis during night time. Here, some much more questions are interconnected. We should not lie down, or we should not sleep just below the big tree during night time. Why? What is the answer? Because during night time only respiration is happening for the plants or trees or whatever it is. So what happens? Carbon dioxide will be liberated more. So if we are breathing, our air will be rich in what, ma'am? Carbon dioxide. If carbon dioxide is more in our respiration, our cells will not get oxygen, isn't it? For what? Breakdown of glucose to get energy. So as a result, we are not getting energy more if we are lying under a tree during night time. It is one question. Second question. In a closed room or in a lift, after 10 minutes, the person will be fatigue, or he will be unconscious. Why? In serials and films, you may have seen, no? In the lift, this villain character is making the hero in the lift, and he's closing it. After 10 minutes, and he will faint down. Why? What's the reason behind? If you're seeing the serials or films, you should have a brain in that manner also. Why is it so? Because the room, he is respiring, ma. He is respiring, and after that, what will happen? When he is respiring, his air will be filled with carbon dioxide. And then there will be a stage where oxygen is not there. So when the oxygen is not intaking, what will happen? The cells will not get energy. No, the cells will not generate energy. It is the correct way. Glucose has to be splitted only with the help of this oxygen, and the energy will be generated only when oxygen is there. That's why if for 10 or 15 minutes, or to say 1 hour, the person will die. when he is in the lift or he is in the closed car. Any question can be related, interrelated. That if you are learning the basics, the things will be easy for you. Okay? Should not be worried. I'm 10th, I'm 10th. Don't feel that. Just understand the things will make the things easy, smoother. Okay, da? Now, okay. Now, in the case of plants, we have seen this thing has been done only. This respiration has been done in plants. Now we are moving for aquatic organisms. What about the aquatic organisms? Aquatic organisms only absorb the oxygen which is dissolved in water. You may have confusion. Ma'am, water contain hydrogen and oxygen. Aquatic organism will split the water and takes the oxygen. It's wrong. It's not happening. Only in the case of photosynthesis it's happening. Here it's not happening. What will they do is they will absorb the oxygen which is dissolved in water. In the water, some oxygen, when it is attached with the air, the some oxygen will be dissolved in water. That water, when they are intaking, that dissolved oxygen they will take. Okay, and the water will be which how much amount of water is there? It will be at the final also. Okay, it is not splitting any water molecule. So what happens is dissolved oxygen is very less in amount. So they will respire more. Our breathing time and aquatic organisms breathing time is different. They will respire more like that they will breathe, and we will take much more time because much more oxygen is there in the air for us, but for not for aquatic organisms. Moreover, the fishes will open their mouth and they will respire. By the time the water will get in there, and they will move the gills in a fast manner so that what dissolved oxygen will be directly diffuses to blood. Then this water will be coming out through gills. By the way, they will diffuse. So it will be easy for the oxygen to get diffused. Okay, that's why we are saying through gills they are respiring. We are saying no, inside the mouth they are taking, and the gills will be helps for diffusing the oxygen inside the blood. Then they are leaving the water out. By the way, also they will do. Okay, ma. Now we are moving for the external respiration in man. What is that external respiration? Breathing, exchange of gases. That's it, isn't it? Wow, start. We are taking a breath. So what will happen inside the nostril with the oxygen, or it is not oxygen fully kanna. If the air, if the nostril is taking 100% of oxygen, you will die. Oxygen is more. That's all. Okay. It is not, the air is not full of oxygen. The intaking air is not full of oxygen. A little more oxygen is there in the air when we are breathing. So it will take air rich in oxygen. Okay, it's not fully oxygen. Okay, ma? Intake air, and what will happen? It will take through the nostril. Nostril is having fine hair-like structure which helps to take away the dust particles. Which takes away the dust particles, and then there is a mucus inside the nostril. So that what will happen? See, mucus very bad. No, it's not very bad. Will take the dust in the air, so that the air will be free from the dust and it will go inside through pharynx, through larynx, and then it moves into trachea. Then the trachea will be split into two bronchi. Then at the end there is air sac balloons like structure called alveoli. It will enter into alveoli. Where what will happen? Diffusion will happen. That means when the air rich in oxygen enter into alveoli, alveoli is filled with what, ma? There we have seen villi. Filled with what, ma? Blood vessels for taking food. Here alveoli filled with blood which is ready to take what, ma? Come, jump for over me. Who? Oxygen should be jumped to the blood. So oxygen will be taken by the blood. Okay, it is moving to the blood with the help of a pigment called hemoglobin. Hemoglobin is the one who loves oxygen. Hemoglobin is the one, when the oxygen is there, it will jump and hug it and will take it. So it will become oxyhemoglobin. With the help of red blood corpuscles, it will move. That you will learn in transportation. Okay, ma'am? Transportation of not vehicles, transportation in human. By the time you will learn. Okay? So this oxygen will be taken. By the time this blood vessel will give, no, I don't want our carbon dioxide. Where the carbon dioxide come from? It's your question. Where the carbon dioxide come from? And now this This glucose has been split, and then carbon dioxide is the thing which has left. Carbon dioxide here also, all the place carbon dioxide has been left. This carbon dioxide, no need, go, take away, like that. The blood vessel will give to alveoli. Alveoli, from that alveoli, it will be breathing out. Okay, this is exchange of gas. It is happening only in the case of lungs. Okay, ma? Now, how this blood is transporting this oxygen, you will learn in the transportation when we are discussing transportation. And the last one is excretion. That also we will learn. The part A is finished.